Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Wednesday, the 22nd of October. So, first things first, let's go and just have a look at the news here. Okay, I'm going to come back a step here and just run through here. So, inflation yesterday, Canadian inflation came out higher than expected across the board there, which is sort of given the Canadian dollar a bit of a boost. Whilst everything else was softening, the Canadian dollar took a slight boost. The figures are not that far adrift, it's just they're not falling to the extent that's expected. So still high. Then we've got the UK inflation out this morning, coming in at the headline figure at 3.8. All of I'll go to switch here. Look, all of the other figures were less than expected. So the core figure 3.5 versus 3.7, for example, taking a little bit heat off the I say the strength of the pound, off the potential cuts. I suppose. Sorry, potential cuts, but increasing the potential cuts. Get it right way around. My brain, it doesn't work that well in this morning. Anyway, so potential cuts still bonus. However, be a bit careful about that. If 3.8 is still double, they're enough double to the 2%. Okay, it's slightly off 2% double, but we could see that recover a little bit. Let's go and have a look at the. Oh, sorry, I didn't talk about what else is coming out today. Let's just do that. So that's it then. We've got President Lagarde speaking later. Right. Okay. Moving on. Euro dollar then. Euro dollar. We've got here. The dollar was. Euro was weakening quite solidly here, and it's just consolidating where it is at the moment. And I'm sort of looking at this and thinking, maybe with some others, you've got to be a bit careful here whether it will take the bait and break down here and continue to the downside. Hasn't yet quite caught the pivot there. It could go beyond the S1. We'll see what happens when it kicks into 8 o'clock. It could of course get a bit more. It hasn't come back to the 50 for some time, so regression to sort of its mean, that could be a move up there, but just watching this carefully, but with the potential of it going beyond the S1 towards the S2, looking for a normal day. At the moment it's quite flat. The pound, obviously we've seen a sharp movement in this, and well, here you go, there's a sharp movement off this morning. It's dropped quite considerably. Lower highs, lower lows coming through here. And I mean, yesterday it was horrible. Last couple of days has been absolutely horrible. Now we could look at a regression channel on this, and I do like my regression channels. Where are you? There we are. And you'll see probably there to just before the news. There's a low before the news there. There we go. It could come back in. Effectively, it's a little bit oversold there at the moment, but well, we'll see what the euro does. If the euro sector continues selling off, this is likely to hold down here, maybe consolidate, maybe break off, but it's not really, as much as it's been moving down, it's generally been a quickish move down at the beginning of the day, and that's it. And then it's gone consolidated, news came out, sharp move down. We'll see what happens. It's a difficult one for me to trade at the moment where it is. As I say, it could well pull back. US dollar, yen, well, we've seen a continuation, a strong day for the dollar there yesterday against the yen. We've got another little flag approaching, and well, we could see more of the same really this morning. We'll just pop the trend line over the tops here, and if we do get a reversal breaking beyond that, the R1 would be a reasonable option. Just got to watch. I mean, I'm just going to go out a little bit on this, see what else is out there. Okay, so just want to see the previous highs there. There is some highs around that area there, but there's plenty above, so plenty of room above. Right, so it's a possibility. Break below the pivot. I don't really like shorting this at the moment, but it could become into play. Aussie dollar. I was looking at this yesterday for a short side, and well, it didn't really do a great deal. It's still within this range I was talking about yesterday. It's still sitting in. I was looking for it to continue to break down around these lows here. That never happened. It's bouncing as we look at it at the moment. Is it going to hold on to its gains? We'll see. It's got into a right mess, so probably best avoided now. Canadian dollar benefited strongly from its inflation data there, but when you look at it on this bigger time scale, it's, well, okay, it's drifted out a little bit here. It's not such a big number. It's going to affect it majorly, but it slowed things down maybe, and it has broken outside the range effectively that was going there. Just see how it reacts down here. If the dollar does get a shove up again today, I think this will lose ground as well. Even if it's just coming back into the zone. Right, New Zealand dollar is one that's gone, actually not liking it for the last few days. There we go. It's been all choppy. It has this morning broken out a little bit out through the top there, but you can see how ugly it's been, say, the last few days. Since this is last week here, it wasn't the prettiest, and just pushing through there. Maybe okay, it's already hit its R1. Hasn't hit the pivot, so there is a chance it could push up towards its R2 there later today. I mean, as saying earlier on, these little V bottoms here, they tend to, okay, it's consolidated its phase for a while, but then pushed up. And we'll just see how it goes from this. But it's quite a sharp return on the day. We'll see if it gives us a one-to-one sort of. Even if it does, it's going to run up towards its R2 there, probably, and be exhausted. So, okay. Dollar Swissy. This has not been moving too much. It picked up a little bit yesterday on the dailies there. It's sort of showing it, but once it picked up, it just consolidated for most of the time there. It did hit its R2. It is looking with the higher lows there a little bit more positive again now. We'll see how it drags it. I'm just looking at this in terms of if it reacts to the daily pivot today and if you see a bounce off that, it could be good for the R1. Okay, there's not a great deal. The others are, there's a movement out there, but they're quite flat to their opens at the moment. If you look at any of these like Euro CAD, it's back to where it started the day. So where is it? He says it's not quite true, is it? Bar is it taking it on? Oh, there's the open, of course. Yeah, it's just slightly below, not massive low. But anyway, Euro CAD is drifting. Did break down yesterday in the end and roll over. Took a long time, moved quite strongly when it did go. The original bear flag came in on Monday there, yesterday. Well, as I said, it did hang around the lows there. The data helped it. It's off, but I'd rather be selling it into the pivot than where it is at the moment. Right. Okay, other markets then. Let's look at the usual suspects as he scrolls down here to gold. So gold lost a fortune yesterday. Absolutely dived yesterday. Catching the bounce at the moment. Is this going to carry on through? Is it seen? So that double top is what is basically looks like that wasn't far out working itself off in terms of a one-to-one sort of move. It's a bit short of it, but was that 194, 170-ish, a bit more than 170. I wasn't far off of working the double top, the break of the low between the two highs. Not far off working. Anyway, for now, watch this carefully. It did sell off again this morning, finding the bounce. The pivot might be a draw, though it's got less scope as soon as it's hit its S1. So be careful here. But maybe we'll just see a continuation of this as we run through this morning. Silver too. Silver took a really big tip there. I was talking about selling some silver yesterday, and look what happened. Obviously got my house bugged. Come off quite strongly there. Again, catching the bounce at the moment. I'll see what it does here. It's got its pivot coming up not far away. Its reaction to its pivot, but I could roll back. Perhaps I should have got in with selling the silver a bit earlier. Oil, little bounce here on discussions Trump's having with India to convince them not to buy Russian oil. So that'll create demand elsewhere. But you've got to remember that there's a lot of oil elsewhere. Production's been cut in a lot of places over the last year or so. So there's plenty to be had. To switch it back on. However, well, it went all a bit ugly, didn't it here? But it has put higher lows in for now. Be careful, it could just be a flag in a sort of an ugly flag at that, but could be a flag in the bigger scheme of things here. Right, equity markets, S&Ps. So not too far away from their all-time highs here. Could pitch up there today and do it. Ugly old scene yesterday, but continue. Well, last week was ugly, wasn't it? Really ugly. This week's been a bit more simpler, but yesterday, well, a bit of an ugly one. I was looking at one stage of whether this was going to be a decent short, and then just left it alone. And good move. Anyway, it isn't that far away from those, as I say, all-time highs again. The FTSE, strong old move up here on the inflation coming lower, expectation of being able to cut rates, which is beneficial for the market. We'll see. It's probably had its key move there this morning now. Won't be surprised we see some consolidation. Consolidated well yesterday. It might just do similar-ish today. We'll see what the other markets do. If they all rally, it might drag it up a little bit further, but it's not attractive to me when it's had such a move already. The DAX, well, the DAX, it's looking at it yesterday. I'm still, when I'm looking for shorts in the equity markets, this is my go-to, but it's not going to be a go-to at the moment. It's consolidating, slowed up here. A break below yesterday's low would be a more positive potential. Working off this short-term double top, then see how it moves. And it would be ideal if everything was moving, all the equity markets were moving in the same way, but this is the weaker one quite a lot. Right, that's it for me. Not a great deal else, so I will leave you there. There's, as I say, some of these currency markets. Well, my favourite is the euro. Then at this moment, with a potential breakdown, I mean, it could be an aggressive sell. In about 20 minutes or so, or wait for the break. Just watch this break though. Whether we'll get a fake sort of break, or whether it's going to push with some momentum. But it does look quite healthy on the sell side at the moment. Right, I'll leave you there, and I'll catch you in the morning. See you, YouTubers.